Good.
Okay.
So what will happen is I will introduce you.
Okay.
Borrow this name.
Yes.
Otherwise I'll forget. So I will introduce you first, and then after that then I'll turn to you and you just talk.
Okay.
And don't worry, you'll be gone in a zip.
All right.
Don't worry. So just look at the camera. Hi, welcome to the National Quiz Choice Online News. I'm Robert Stienberg. Welcome to my show again. Here today we have a Christian Trade Association International, Miss Pettit, Kim Pettit actually, who is the Executive Director and CEO. And she's going to tell us more about what's happening here in Southeast Asia as well as the world around us about trends and also marketplace situation. Ms. Kim, thanks for joining us here in the National Quiz Choice. It seems to be that there's a lot of challenges ahead coming for publishers as well as even for the gift industry. What's your insight?
I think that everybody is still reeling with all the changes that have been happening with the technology advances that we see and read about every day. Publishers are looking at how can they transform their catalog of materials into digital form so that they can reach people while at the same time still maintaining the market share that they have with print materials, because not everybody is going to go toward electronic materials. In addition, I think that there's a concern because of economic issues in the past few years and just the general changes in retail industry. People no longer need to go to the store, they can buy things online. They can buy things direct. So stores are becoming showrooms for materials rather than destinations. And part of the challenges that booksellers and other retailers face is making bookstores a destination, which is why event marketing has become a more important way to distribute materials.
And so, what kind of suggestions can you give for retailers out there? Must they create a virtual store on your own and also enhance the brand? And has Christian entertainment changed today?
Christian entertainment
Yes.
has changed a lot, and the majority of sales come, in regular concerts from ancillary materials that you buy at concert venues, rather than through DVDs sold in a Christian retail store. People don't buy DVDs anymore; they buy single songs through their MP3 or their Amazon, iTunes account. And so the question becomes, how do you continue to maintain the contact with the general public, with the artists? Everybody has their Facebook page, everybody has their own site, and part of what we need to do is have that event marketing continue. Part of what a retailer needs to do to meet these kinds of challenges is become a place where events are happening, a place where people want to go and work with your local churches, work with local businesses to create synergy for customers to come together, to enjoy and hear the word, hear a concert, and then obtain the resources they need right there.
Do you think there will be more franchises on the part of the artists as well as authors in the near future to retailers if they wish to distribute their product exclusively?
I think that there are so many authors who are self-publishing, there are so many artists who are embarking on their own, that distribution is a real challenge in today's market, where we are glutted with new releases from every perspective, and then a big challenge is just getting enough attention to capture the buyer's interest. A buyer can, for a particular bookstore chain or a large bookstore, can provide you with a distribution channel that is much bigger than you can perhaps do yourself as a self-published author going from bookstore to bookstore. But the problem is making sure that your material stands out and that you have a message that is more compelling than the competition.
Now, what's happening with the gift industry? I mean, is the gift industry it seems to me that the gift industry has increased more than the book sales. Is that true?
I think to some extent that is true because people are switching the way that they read. So it's not that they're reading less, but they're reading differently. So some of them are reading, instead of reading long books, they're reading short books. Instead of reading print books, they're reading ebooks. There's a lot of competition too from video and movies. So part of the reading public is changing, and also the gift industry then becomes more important for a local retail store. This mix that I heard is happening here in Singapore is that there's 70% of a bookstore may be books and 30% may be gifts. In the US, the mix is 50-50 or 56 and 44, with gifts increasing, and they have been increasing for quite some time. Part of that is simply because as a society, our attention span has just reduced. And so instead of taking 700-page novels, with J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter as an exception, most people are reading shorter and reading fewer pages than they used to.
Wow. Now, what sort of outlook and trends do you see for the next 5 years for Christian, publishing as well as the gift sector?
For the gift section, I see that there's continued growth in gifts that are related to electronics. So there's, when you went to the bookstore before, there didn't used to be cell phone cases. Now there are cell phone covers and all kinds of gifts that are related to the new technology that we're using. Nice new covers for your iPad. There's also an opposite trend, which is gifts that emphasize some of the values of comfort and home, and that harken perhaps to a less electronic, a simpler lifestyle. I think those gifts are also important and will gain traction as people look for ways to be disconnected from the everyday stress and rush of things and want to have something that promotes well-being and health and mental health. In addition to that, your other question was relating to trends in general for Christian books and Christian publishing. For those, we continue to see that there is controversy and around some Christian values, so that there is a need to reinforce Christian values in the home. The success of movies like Courageous or Fireproof talks about that need. Those movies emphasize the importance of family values, of fidelity in marriage, of courage, of integrity, of honesty in the way that you conduct yourself in your business and in your home life. I think the need for that type of inspirational material will continue and in fact be exacerbated as we see that the families today are under pressure, as they have been for the last 20, 30 years.
Great. Well, thank you for sharing with us some updates and some insights to what is happening right now in the Christian publishing as well as the gift sector here in Asia, as well as other parts of the cultures around the world. And thank you for joining us, myself and Kim, at the National Critics' Choice. Have a good week ahead, and please don't forget to visit your favorite Christian bookstore if you can, and give them your support. And that's about that. And have a good week. I will edit that part.
I don't know if what I gave you was what you needed, but
yep.